Yo peeps, Staffa here. It is my birthday today. We are live on stream right now, and because it is my birthday, we are doing something different. We're gonna be trying out the brand new 1v1 game mode that MLBB just added today. We are going to be doing the Dodo birthday 1v1 tourney extraordinaire. We've got 6 participants. We got 6 willing participants, definitely not victims from the chat, who will be randomly seeded into 2 groups, and then the top winner of each group will move on into the grand finals matchup to determine who is going to be our champion. This is the first time we've tried this, you know, we haven't like tested anything. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. We're gonna try out the new system. But that means that the first thing we're going to do is we are going to assign the teams. So let's put in all the peeps who are participating. We've got Gin, we got Lilo, we got Ray, we got Kuruel, we got Darren, and we have Kai. This is gonna be our 6 participants. Now how do we want to split them into the groups? Do we do it like 1 by 1, the way that we usually do it when we do like 2v2s? You know? So like first person goes group A, second person goes group B, and so on? Or do you guys have other ideas for how you guys want to do it? Also, I think a lot of people here have not actually tested out the 1v1 mode. I have not even seen what the 1v1 mode actually looks like. So this is going to be a very interesting surprise, very interesting first experience for all of us. MSC seeding? How the heck would we have MSC seeding? Okay, Lilo and Gin apparently just tested it out, and they are saying that the map apparently feels quite different. Apparently even different from Brawl. So I guess we'll see how this works. But yeah, I think we will just go with the first name group A, second name group B, third name group A, and so on. And hopefully the groups don't end up being too cursed, right? Because only one person will be able to emerge from each group, right? And probably, so we will be doing round robin in the groups, right? So that means that each group will have how many matches in each group, right? If everyone needs to face each other once. I probably should have calculated that. It's like 3, right? It's like 3 matches per group, if I'm not wrong. Explain the rules about global ban. I'll explain those rules once we like get into the, once we've determined all of this. Yeah, how does a round robin work with 3 people? Hold on, let me just confirm this real quick. So that would be like first person fights second person and third person. That's already 2 matches. Second person fights third person. Yeah, 3 matches. So it's 3 matches per group. I don't know how long each match is. So like considering that, do you guys think it's okay for each of the group matches to be BO3? Do you guys think BO3 for each round robin match is like an okay amount of time? I would presume it doesn't take that long. And we'll test it. We'll test it, right? This is a test. It's meant to be a test. So yeah, we'll try that. Okay. So yeah, just to highlight the rules once again, in case, you know, we turn this into a YouTube video. The way this is going to work is we are going to spin the wheel. First name goes to group A, second name goes to group B, third name goes to group A, and so on. We're going to have a round robin group stage. So everyone in the group will face the other person, the other people once. It's going to be best of 3 matches in the group stage. The winner of each group will be the one with the highest score going forward. If there is a tie in terms of wins, we can maybe do a best of 1 tiebreaker. But then the winners will face off in the grand finals, which I think will be a best of... We can do a best of 5. We can do a best of 5 in the grand finals to see who our champion is going to be. I think that is how we will set this up. So, let us assign the teams. First player in Group A. Already starting off with a big name. Lilo will be part of Group A. Let me make the wheel a little smaller on the side so that we can fit it all together. Alright, next name to come out will definitely not face Lilo in group stage. First name in Group B is Ray Ash. Which means that our worst case scenario group of death has been avoided. But it does also mean that everyone else is going to need to play against one of these two. Also, I realized I did not put the names like left aligning. Hold on. Let me just adjust that. You know, otherwise my aesthetic sense is going to get very annoyed by it very like throughout the entire time. I need them to be left aligning. But now we have a bunch of Lilos for a moment. Okay. Alright, so next up, who will be in Group A with Lilo? It is going to be Kai in Group A. You monster, Lilo says. Yes, Lilo would ideally not want to face Kai too early on. Moving on. I hate this. I don't want to play no more, Lilo says. Alright. Hey, like, there was always going to be a good chance of it happening. Alright. Next person will go to Group B along with Ray. And it is going to be Darren. Which means that we only have Gin and Kuruel left to go into groups A and B. Oh, hold on. I'm not hold on, I'm reloading. I'm not counting that spin. As usual, when we have two people left, we're gonna repeat their name a little bit to make it not so obvious when you spin into one hull. Hello, Anti-Fear. I bless you with 3 foot licks for your birthday. I don't want them, but thank you. Alright, who will be the final player in Group A? Is it Kuruel? Is it Gin? Is it Kuruel? Is it Gin? Oh, it's very, very close. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh boy, this happens a lot, doesn't it? This does happen quite a lot. Which also means Kuruel is in Group B. And here we officially have the groups for our Dodo birthday 1v1 tourney extraordinaire. This is gonna be an interesting one. All things considered, I will say all things considered, I feel like the groups could have been split worse than this, right? All things considered, I think this could have looked a lot worse. So here we have the final bracket. We've got Lilo, Kai, and Gin in Group A. We've got Ray, Darren, and Kuruel in Group B. And You know what? I shouldn't have closed the fudging. I shouldn't have closed the wheel so fast. We could. I'm gonna use the wheel to determine which match goes first, just to make it a bit more interesting. So we'll start with Group A. Money is on Ray, Anti-Fear says. Okay, okay. Oh, why is it so... Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. This is the... Okay. So, we are going to... Okay, question to you guys. Do you guys want to alternate the matches between Group A and Group B? Wait, hold on. There's only supposed to be 3 on here. Am I missing something? Did I repeat one? Oh yeah, I did. I repeated Gin versus Kai. Okay. Well, we alternate? Okay, then I will bring up a second wheel of names. Alright, so we'll alternate. We'll do one Group A match, then we'll do one Group B match, then one Group A, one Group B, like that. And yeah, I think that should be fine. So, once again, for the rules for everyone, this is going to be a round robin, best of 3 matches in the group stage. Only the winner moves on to the grand finals. As for the 1v1 itself, if I'm not wrong, the rule is first to 3 kills or first to take the tower. And we are going to have global ban for the match. We'll do it. We'll make it fair for now for each match. You know? So if you use like one hero in this match, you're not going to be banned from it in a different match, but you will be banned for it in the subsequent games. So, alright, let's decide who is going to be the first matchup from Group A. You know, Lilo, I think the wheel actually just really doesn't like you. Our very first match of the tournament is going to be Lilo versus Kai. You know what? F the wheel, Lilo's. Alright. Lilo and Kai. Get ready, y'all. I'm gonna pull you guys in. How many people can be in this room? Oh wow, a lot of people can be in this room. Okay, everyone who wants to watch as well can feel free to come in. You guys can bet if you want. Anyone who wants to come watch, anyone who wants to come bet, come in now before we start the game. I hope that we don't have to re-invite everyone for every match, because that would be a little bit annoying, but I get the feeling we will probably have to do that. But alright. Okay, Darren, you wanna come and watch? I'll just invite you. Okay. Is everyone... Why is the start game button like this? I feel like it's not supposed to be like that. Whatever. Think we should get spectators, because how do we bet? Yeah. Alright. As I mentioned, we're using the in-game 1v1 rules. Best of 3. Global ban per match. Alright, let's give this a try. Our very first matchup. Let's see how this is going to go. In 3, 2, 1, go! What's global ban? Kai asks. It basically the hero that you choose for the first game you can't use in the second game, and then you can't use in the third game. Oh wow, there's a fudging ban phase. There's a whole fudging ban phase. Okay, this might end up being longer than I thought. Oh, you ban all 3 at once. Okay, then that doesn't take too long. Alright, we got Lilo on the blue side, our Kagura Guinevere specialist, versus Kai on the red side, our #1 Dodo channel Romain. What is going to be their options for the very first game of their best of 3? Why are the bands the same? Wait, actually, how does the banning work? Did they just randomly choose? Oh, alright, we've locked it in. It is Selena for Lilo versus Jawhead on Kai. Once again, for anyone who may be unfamiliar, it is, you know, first to 3 kills or first to take tower. Did it break? We picked at the same time. But these are the heroes you guys were planning to play, right? Just to be sure. I don't like that you can see what the other person is picking. True, that could always be an issue, right? No? Wait, you didn't want to play Selena? Do you wanna... Okay, so this is what the map looks like. Yeah, first to achieve 3 kills, first to destroy the turrets. Do you want to remake? Just to ask, like, real quick in advance. Lilo not moving right now. I'm a little concerned. Who plays Selena on a 1v1? Okay, do you want to remake? Where's the music? There's no music in 1v1. Yeah, okay, now I kind of see what you guys are talking about. The angle of the map is different from like Brawl, right? The towers are also fairly far apart. Okay. Well, so far it looks like we are going to be locked in here. So we've got Lilo, aka New Universe, on the blue side versus Fallen, aka Kai, on the red side. Selena versus Jawhead 1v1. Lilo gonna be playing with Flame Shot. Kai gonna be playing with Petrify, and Kai also running the killing spree. Ooh, I have stats. Wow, look at that. Okay. I don't have items though. How do I see items? Okay, there we go. I see. Already, Lilo in some trouble. Petrify comes out. The extra shielding keeps them alive. Some very solid trading happening right now. And it does look like we have... Oh! Using the level 4 power spike! Lilo jumps in for the first blood. Accurately identifying the perfect timing when they would hit level 4 and the Jawhead would not. Selena definitely one of the comfort picks for Lilo. Here comes the unstoppable force. Kai gets dragged back into the tower, gets tossed into the air! And Lilo gonna be picked off as well. The score currently 1-1. Once again, as a reminder for the win conditions, it is going to be first to 3 kills or first to take tower. So you are going to need to make the executive decision on whether or not it is worth trading in terms of direct fighting, or if you want to scale instead. Kai tries to go for the bush ambush, separates Lilo, misses the ejector. Really nicely timed dash to make sure that they don't get caught out there. Kai, as expected from the killing spree, going to be going full damage on the Jawhead. Does already have the Blade of Heptases done, and Unstoppable Force goes in. Lilo dashes away once again. But we can see how much damage Kai is able to do very quickly thanks to that Blade of Heptases. Lilo also completed with the Enchanted Talisman. Ejector going to be used to get the stun in. I am going to be doing a lot of casting today, considering all this. The trading, still very solid so far. Lilo basically just needs to avoid Kai when Ejector is available. As long as Lilo is able to bait out the very important CC ability from the Jawhead, they will usually be able to get better burst trades. Kai also ideally wanting to play around the timing on that unstoppable force. This is also going to be the first time, I believe, for Kai to be experiencing this map. Lilo experimented on it earlier, but we can see that the dueling segment is a lot larger than your typical Brawl map. And the bushes themselves, although much more spread apart, are also a lot larger than your typical bushes in the Land of Dawn as well. Both players now starting to take things a little bit slower. We are 4 minutes in. Gold lead still in Lilo's favor, but not by very much. And Kai already catching up there by clearing out the minions. It does look like we get more minions as more time passes by as well, which means that if you pick up a hero that doesn't have good wave clear, you put yourself in danger of losing by virtue of tower. Kai tries to go in with the ejector, gets the stun on top of 4, it's gonna be used, petrify as well, but Lilo able to dash away in time. Kai not able to chase since it is under the tower, but Lilo now dangerously low on HP and Kai knows it. Gonna try and zone them out from the minion wave. Ejector unfortunately misses the minion throw. Lilo gonna need to clear up the wave. Dangerously close to death. If I'm not wrong as well, you can't actually go back to base to regen in this mode. So the HP you have is what you have to work with. Kai goes in on double force, secures the kill! And that means that Kai is 1 kill away from taking the game. But Lilo also died at the time when Wave was pushing in, which means that their tower is actually in some danger right now. 3 seconds before Lilo comes back, Kai gets some hits in. Not gonna be able to take the tower just yet, but things are starting to look a little bit dangerous. You can see Kai very wisely has gone for the Athena shield and then the Hunter strike, so specifically meant to counter the Selena gameplay. We got the Wishing Lantern completed as well. 3 items already done. We can see that the gold rate is very accelerated on this 1v1 map. Abyssal Arrow misses. We are starting to see a more notable EXP lead here. Kai a full level ahead of Lilo thanks to those earlier kills. On double force goes in once again, gets the petrify into the injector, and one final smart missile secures it. Game 1 goes to Kai. Perhaps a slightly unexpected result, but very, very well played. Kai going to be taking game number 1 right there. And that means that if Kai wins 1 more, they will actually take the best of 3. And it looks like Darren was the only person to gamble coins on Kai. Everyone else was gambling on Lilo. So big coin swing over to Darren right there. All right, we're gonna jump. We just saw a little bit of a recreation of the gold ship 12 billion yen situation. All right, Lilo, go ahead and go back down. We're gonna be jumping into game number 2 of your best of 3. All right, so as per global ban rules, Selena is now banned for Lilo, Jawhead is now banned for Kai. Alright, so those 2 heroes are no longer available. Technically, Kai can play Selena and Lilo can play Jawhead if they want to, but knowing the hero pools of these players, I don't think that will happen. So, let's jump into it. Yes, all of the group stage matches are going to be best of 3, and hopefully I don't cast myself out before tomorrow. Let's go! I thought both heroes are banned. Oh, do we want to do that? I guess we can do that. I guess that would make it more interesting. Try. Yeah, that would probably be more interesting. Okay, you know what? We'll follow Ray's suggestion. Selena and Jawhead are both banned for both players, and that's going to be the rule going forward as well.
Your team is picking.
Okay, we get the proper bans this time. Oh, I didn't bet yet. You guys have to be fast. Once we're in the lobby, you need to bet. Okay. Hayabusa, Fanny, Karina, 3 assassins banned by Kai, while Lilo banned Wanwan, Lance, and Ruby. Both sides be deliberating. Lilo going to be the first one to lock in, going for their ultimate comfort pick, the Kagura. Kai gonna switch things up at the last minute, going into the Yuzong. Definitely the hero that feels like it would be a little bit better in terms of direct 1v1. But this is going to be an interesting matchup right here. Kai currently 1 game up in our best of 3. Let's see if Lilo will be able to turn things around and bring us to a full series. Alright, game 2! Kai with the Yuzong, Lilo with the Kagura. Kai once again gonna be bringing the Killing Spree, Petrify. Lilo sticking with the Impure Rage, Flame Shot. The Petrify gonna be used straight away. Kai going for the level 1 trade, gets Flame Shotted into the tower. Lilo ends up trading quite well in return. I expect the start of this game to be a little bit slower. Kai is definitely the aggressor, but Kagura going to be a lot easier to poke with. Kai needs to be careful not to take too much damage before going in for the all-in. Gonna hit level 2, gets dragged into the tower. Kai actually went for the Furious Dive. Instead of the Dragon Tail at level 2, he would have taken a lot of damage in the tower if not for that choice, so that ended up being a pretty good decision. Lilo going to have a bit of difficulty walking up to the lane against the Yuzong as is expected. And before they hit level 4, Kai can basically walk up into the lane without too much fear because he only really needs to worry about the Yin-Yang overturn. Kai goes in for the Furious Dive, applies the Sha Residue to get the trade in. Going by the state of things, he will be the first to hit level 4 once again. Lilo should hit level 4 off of this minion as well. And now is where the battle truly begins. A well-timed Yin-Yang overturn will be able to do a lot of damage. Kai goes in, sets it up, gets the Sha Residue trade once again. And if the game lasts long enough, Kai will probably... Oh, Yin-Yang overturn comes out! Lilo trying to commit a little bit, but the Dragon Tail comes out to deny the timing for the secondary follow-up. The Furious Dive into the Petrify! Kai! Picking up first blood. Once again, the first player to draw blood in the 1v1 battlefield. I don't know if this map has a name, actually, thinking about it. It would be nice to know if this 1v1 map has a name. Because I'm not sure if I can call it Land of Dawn. Lilo gonna flame shot Kai into the tower. Kai still alive though, actually dives in once again, nearly takes out Lilo a second time. The Yuzong proving to be a little bit too difficult to handle. Even on Lilo's signature pick, it does look like in these situations the hero plays a pretty big role. Being able to trade early as possible can make quite a big difference. And Kai making very good use of his abilities, gets dragged back really far in the tower, but just look at how much HP he is able to trade away from Lilo in a single burst. Things are looking a little bit difficult here. Kai not really going for the Athena shield for now. Already completed with the Ore Axe, building up the Fury Hammer. Able to dive the tower, goes in, Lilo dodges. Really nice use of the Yin-Yang overturn to get away. But Kai able to regen quite heavily from the minion wave. Lilo in comparison going for the usual Enchanted Talisman build. Black Dragon form going to be used. Kai trying to go for the full out dive. Petrify misses, but still able to land the Dragon Tail. Ends up losing his own life. But, oh, okay, well now that is interesting. Execute doesn't count as a kill. I wonder if that counts as... Hold on. Does the 3 kills condition count as kills or deaths? Thinking about it. Right, because that is... Like, that didn't actually contribute to a kill score on Lilo's side. But if the game counts the deaths rather than the kills, it would still technically count as, you know, 1 life lost. Huh. Well, that's a new one. Kai once again trading incredibly well. Glowing Wand now completed for Lilo as well. But it's very difficult for them to actually decide to go in for the full Yin-Yang overturn follow-up. Gonna have to use it to avoid the Furious Dive. Is able to get away from Kai as well. So far, some good poking happening. Hunter Strike. And now completed for Kai. And it does look like he's going to be building into the Athena shield as well. And once he has that completed, it's going to be very difficult for Lilo to actually out-trade him. Ray says the KDA is 0-2, so it does not count. So it does need to be kills, apparently, if Ray is correct. Kai goes in once again, sets up the Petrify, but he's locked under the tower! One hit away from death, able to escape just in time, but once again, the way 1v1 works is you cannot go back home to regen. As a Yuzong, Kai will be able to get HP from the minion wave, but because of that, it is in Lilo's best interest to make sure that it pushes as slowly as possible. Lilo already completed with concentrated energy as well. Wants to be able to match up to the lifesteal that Kai has access to. Black Dragon form comes out, Yin Yang Overturn unfortunately misses the damage proc. Kai, is he using this to scout the map? Looks like he's just using it to open things up. But the minions are already starting to do quite a lot of damage here. Kai full commit, Shower Residue keeps him alive for now. A good decision to actually go for the dive there. The minion wave was actually doing some pretty serious damage to him, and he had to make a decision. Lilo's still having some difficulty. Yin Yang Overturn comes out, manages to do some damage, but Athena shield has already been completed. Kai getting tankier and tankier at each passing moment. Game is hard for Lilo. Looks like the same hero picks that work in 2v2 may not be quite as effective in a 1v1 state, especially without the ability to go back home to regen. Fighters start to have a bit more advantage. Kai has to use the Black Dragon form just to get out of the tower range. Currently Kai 1 kill away from getting the victory. Neither side has been able to touch much of their opponent's towers just yet. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Kai tries to go in for a dive. Lilo able to avoid it. Now both, oh, Lilo gets the full combo in, able to avoid the max damage of Dragon Tail and do a lot of poke damage in. Kai actually now in some trouble, tries to go in, but Lilo picks up the kill. Actually manages to out-poke the Yuzong. And that's going to be one on the board right there for the Kagura. Could this be the start of the comeback right there? Still going to be a difficult situation, but at least they're going to be able to scout things out. I think both sides have actually already finished their builds at this point. We are looking at a 6-item v6 item situation. Divine Glaive and Blood Wings finishes off the build for Lilo. Kai going for the Oracle into the Queen's Wings. Once again, Yin Yang Overturn comes out, forces out the defensive Black Dragon form. Gonna be able to heal a good amount off of hitting all the minion waves. And we can see just how much regen Kai is able to get. Apply some damage over. Lilo will still be able to take this if they're able to play with the distance. Yin Yang Overturn comes out once again. Kai able to dash away from it. Minion wave going under the tower now. Kai going for the trades. Flame shot comes out. We can see that even if the damage is not that large, Kai is slowly getting whittled down with that umbrella. And the later the game goes, the more difficult it becomes for Kai to actually go in for the all-in. Yin Yang Overturn actually finds its mark. It does some good damage. Black Dragon form going to be used once again. Looks like Kai not really going to be using the Black Dragon form to engage, actually mainly using it as a way of regenning, because the enhanced Dragon Tail actually gives him a lot more HP back. Lilo doing a good job of keeping distance. At this point, even potions are going to be purchased here. Kai already having the stone potion. Lilo always saving second skill to purify the shot. That's true. That is actually a mechanic that you don't really think much about. Purify comes in. Furious Dive connects. Lilo is still going to be able to survive though. The Blood Wings does help give a bit more HP to work with. We are looking at a longer game now. And I am kind of questioning my decision of making all of the group stage matches best of 3 at this point. Because I kind of wonder if we'll be able to finish the whole tournament by the time this stream ends. And whether or not I will be doing too much casting. Okay, very low on HP. One more poke, gets the heal back with the Dragon Tail. Flame Shot misses. Yin Yang Overturn going to Whisk as well. But Lilo's still able to dash away. Kai going for the all-in Dragon Tail. Gets the HP back shower residue. Keeping him topped up. That was an intense exchange right there. Ko Shinya, happy birthday. Thank you for the birthday wish, sir. Always a pleasure. Oh, hold on. Shower residue nearly takes out Lilo. It's okay. Always a pleasure watching your streams and enjoy your casting. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, Kai in trouble! Under tower, a little too long. Is able to get out just in time. My goodness, these two have been dancing around each other in very, very tight situations for quite a bit now. Yin Yang Overturn comes out. Kai in trouble. Does Lilo have the follow-up? So low! Kai on one hit away! Lilo gets the kill! The score is now 2-2, everyone. The next kill is all it takes. One more death, one more kill on either of these players will decide our winner of game 2. If Kai takes it, he wins the best of 3. If Lilo wins it, we go to a full series. Kai already having difficulty trading against the Kagura. This is Lilo's signature for a reason. Your mastery of the umbrella lady. Very scary to watch. Even though Kai was dominating earlier in the game. The Kagura pick actually causing a lot of headaches. And we have to remember, Yuzong doesn't scale that well into the late game. You can see that Kai is actually having a lot of difficulty clearing up the minion wave now and is constantly getting poked by Lilo while he's trying to do it. Kai tries to commit, goes in, gets caught in Yin Yang Overturn, double hit. Kai low on HP once again, needs to regen up but doesn't get quite as much. Petri comes in, Furious Dive connects as well, Dragon Tail. Lilo one hit away from death, still able to survive for now. We're entering the 12-minute mark and I am getting tired. Neither player willing to give up. Yin Yang Overturn goes in, double hit once again. Kai dropping the 30% HP. This is a scary one, fellows. This is a scary one. Neither side willing to give up an inch right here. Kai goes in once again, gets the knockout. Lilo is able to purify it. And it's taken long enough that Kai has been able to regen all of his HP back as well. Both of these players not willing to give an inch, my goodness. Yeah, Overturn comes out, Kai in trouble, he burns! Lilo turns it around! Takes the victory and game number 2. Wow, I did not see that coming. I have to say, I really did not see that one coming. I thought that after the first few minutes, it should be a shoo-in for Kai, but turns out Lilo continues to be a terrifying prospect. Kuruel says they betted on Kai. Let's see what happened to the bets this time around. Kuruel bet on Kai. Gin bet on Lilo. Gin got a very big payout right there. Generational throw by me, Kai says. Okay, I want to ask you guys if we can change up the rules a bit. Because I am realizing if we do a best of 3 for every group stage match, this is going to take a very, very long time. What I am thinking is we're going to turn all... No, not best of 1, because then this would be a bit unfair, right? We're going to change every match to a best of 2. We're going to change the formatting. Every group stage match is a best of 2. And the way we are going to do it is basically rather than recording wins as series victories, we are going to record them as game wins. So Lilo and Kai will both basically have 1 win, 1 loss now. And I think this is a better way of doing it as well, because it's less likely for there to be a tie as well. I think this is a fair way to do it. Alright? So we're going to change all of the We're going to change all of them to best of twos instead. I'm supposed to play 4 games in a row, what the heck? Okay, so we're gonna alternate as well. Now that we've played the first match, of Group A, we're gonna switch over to Group B. And we'll play the first match of Group B. So, all the Group B players, get ready. It could be your time to shine. Lilo and Kai can go back into the spectator stands to rest. And let's see who is next. Oh, looks like our first match of Group B is Ray versus Darren. So once again, just a reminder everyone, we're switching up the formatting. Every group stage match is a best of 2, right? So you guys will play 2 matches, and all of the games, win or loss, will be added to your group score to determine who is the top seed. Alright, alright. So we got Ray and Darren. So once again everyone who wants to bet, throw in your bets right now before we start the match. Throw in your bets right now, everyone. I guess I should do it as well, right? Because there's missions. Let's see. I'll just put 10 on Ray. Budget. I'm not gonna think too much about it. Alright, everyone bets in. If not, then, you know, hopefully it's fine. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go! What if everyone is 2-2? We'll get to that hill. Hello Toast, welcome to the stream. Yes, we are doing a Dodo 1v1 tourney. Alright, we got Darren, aka your mom, on the blue side. And we got Ray, aka Ray, on the red side. Looks like Darren didn't actually ban one hero. Banned out the Haya and the Lapu, while Ray banned the... Did they both ban Haya and Lapu, or is that the lobby glitching out a little bit? Darren currently hovering over the Gatot, and Ray, not pulling any punches at all, instantly locks in his signature Guinevere while Darren switches at the last minute into the Paquito. So even though you are able to see the hero that your opponent picks, there is technically a strategy of hovering a different hero and then switching it at the last minute. Alright, game 1 of our first Group B match here, fellows. Darren on the Paquito with Lethal Ignition versus Ray on the Guinevere with Impure and Revitalize. We all know that Ray is a connoisseur for tank Guinevere. I'm fully expecting him to go the same build this time around. Once again, first the 3 kills or first the destroyed turret. We've got 2 fighters on the field this time around, which means that the fights may get a lot messier. We had a very long game previously between Lilo and Kai. Well, we see a similar situation now. Both sides avoiding each other. Ray hits level 2 first, instantly goes for the full out trade. Kai unfortunately does not have the stacks. Ends up eating a lot of damage from Ray on the Guinevere. Ray instantly shifts over to taking the jungle camp. There is one singular jungle camp on the map. I don't actually know how much it gives. Oh, Darren comes in, steals it away with the double jab. But Ray gets the knockup. Revitalize also going to be used. Darren gets the camp. Ray gets a good trade in return, but we can see that Darren already able to do a lot of damage since he was able to hit level 3 first off of that steal. Ray gonna go in, misses the knockup, avoids the jab though. Facing a Paquito in a 1v1, actually a very scary prospect. And now Darren's actually double the level of Ray. Ray needs to hit level 3 fast, we'll be able to get it now. But even though Darren has less HP to work with, we cannot afford to get too close to this punchy man right here. Looking at the itemization, rapid boots into the Fury Hammer for Darren. Ray sporting a Dreadnought first item. So yes, as we expected, Ray going for the full tank Guinevere. Let's see whether or not that pays off. Ray specifically freezing lane near his tower as well. Baiting Darren closer. Oh, both sides exchange at the same time. Ray misses the knockup. Darren dashes in. He gets a really nice trade there. It does also look like regen gives you quite a lot of HP here. So there are some pretty notable adjustments that Moonton have made to this 1v1 mode. I wish they put music. Why is there no music? Once again, spatial migration going to miss. The abilities from Darren going to whiff as well. Ray trying to go in for the commit. Wants to set up the 3 stacks to get the free Violet Requiem. Darren going to keep distance here. Ray continuing to freeze the minion wave outside. Spatial migration misses once again. Darren goes in for the trade. Even though we are looking at 2 fighters, both players giving each other a lot of respect right now. Trying to make sure that they don't get traded up too soon. Which means that we might be looking at a slightly longer game right here. Spatial migration misses once again. Darren instantly goes for the knockout strike. Not gonna allow Ray to stick to them for too long. He knows that if he gets caught... Oh, the Violet Requiem comes out! A mistake has been made! First blood going over to Ray on the Guinevere. Darren mistimed the entry. And Ray was able to make use of the stacks to get a beautiful Violet Requiem setup under the tower. Basically exactly what you're hoping for in this situation. Darren will be able to come back in time, but that is already 1 kill for the Guinevere. Spatial migration misses once again. Darren goes in for the jab counter. Doing a lot of damage to Ray right there. In fact, I feel like if he had gone for the enhanced jab for a second time instead of the... Oh, Revitalize comes in. Ray gonna be healing back up. Blade of Despair now completed on the Paquito along with Hunter Strike. Ray going for Thunderbelt into Flask of the Oasis. Leave it to this man. Oh, the flicker dodges the spatial migration. I don't even think Darren intended for that to happen. Just wanted to try and catch Ray off by surprise. But both of them actually catch each other off by surprise there. Spatial migration actually connects this time. Ray goes in. Doesn't go for the full out Violet Requiem. Goes for it now. And punishes Darren. Ray is specifically holding on to the ult to bait the Paquito in longer. And that means that he will be able to get a free jungle camp while Darren is respawning. His minion wave will arrive. So there's gonna be no damage to the tower. But Ray now 1 kill away from taking game number 1. We're gonna see a lot of hero signatures come out in this 1v1 tourney. Guinevere especially going to be a heavily contested hero, as both Ray and Lilo are known to be quite terrifying on her specifically. Ray using the spatial migration for trades. Darren takes his chance, tries to go in, get caught in Violet Requiem once again. He is tanky enough to survive it this time. Not gonna try and risk going for a further trade. Actually does commit the double jab. That means that Ray can continue to fight. The tank Guinevere is starting to become difficult to handle. Clock of Destiny and Antique Cuirass now completed as well. Darren also picks up the Radiant. So both sides getting a little bit of defensive equipment to keep the trades going a little bit longer. Oh, Spatial Migration goes in! Darren in some trouble. The stacks are all complete. Ray comes out to Violet Requiem, but the knockout strike allows Darren to back off from it. It's now an all-out brawl. Both sides have already used multiple cooldowns. Darren going to be the first to back off. He has run out of his champion stance. He's not going to risk it. I do also feel like Darren not going for War Axe early, not having that lifesteal is causing some issues. Ray able to slowly whittle him down. It does look like he's trying to build it now, but is it too late? Ray with the 1 level lead. War Axe now completed. But Darren on 10% HP. Ray could just sneeze on him and he'd be in trouble. does get the regen back just in time. Spatial Migration misses once again. Ray slowly building up the stacks on the Paquito. Darren knows to keep proper distancing this time. Can not allow the Violet Requiem to be given for free the same way it always has. With Spatial Migration connects once again. Ray instantly stacks up trees so quickly onto Darren. The mark of a Guinevere master sets it up once again. Darren not able to walk up to the wave at all. His tower is down to 40% HP. We haven't seen a tower kill win yet. But if this game lasts longer, we could see that for the first time. Darren still trying to do some trading. Spatial Migration comes in. Ray not gonna get value. Violet Requiem comes out now. Darren survives all of it. Is able to survive a lot thanks to the Radiant Armor into the Ares belt. Revitalize going to be used as well by Ray. Tower now in trouble. There's 2 cannon minions. Ray wants to rush it down, but Darren is able to clear it up in just in time. Spatial Migration comes out once again. Ray does not have to Violet Requiem, but the stacks are already building up. He gets it just in time. Violet Requiem comes out. Darren in some trouble on 20% HP. Spatial Migration comes out once again. Gets the full out lockdown. Darren surviving all of it, but now on a very, very low HP threshold. Both him and the tower near death. This could be it. This could be the end game for Ray. It's either the tower or Darren himself. Darren trying to clear as fast as possible, but the Violet Requiem finishes him off. And Ray secures the victory on the signature Guinevere in game 1. Wow. Even though Darren looked like he was able to trade very well initially, the full tank Guinevere not allowing the burst to come into play. And me, Lilo, and Kai are all able to benefit from our gamble. Very, very close match right there, y'all. That was exciting. Very, very exciting. So, as per always, with global ban, that means that Paquito and Guinevere are now banned in the next game. We're going to need to see something a little bit different. Alright, I am going to go to the bathroom, but I will go ahead and start the draft because it'll take him a moment to pick heroes anyway. I'll go ahead and start the draft. Make sure you guys put your bets in now. Put your bets in now, everyone. Everyone put your bets in now. I'm going to start the game and then I'm going to go to the bathroom. Don't worry, I'll be back by the time the game starts. Alright. Bets in. Hope the bets are in. Let's go. I will be right back.
Your team is picking.
The power of Leo is within my
When the
hands.
body suffers, the spirit blooms.
Alright, what do we got here for our game 2 between... Ooh, wow, okay. Ray with the Lethal Ignition Benedetta with Petrify versus Darren under Revitalized Concussive Blast Badang. So the positions have exchanged. Darren playing the tank fighter, Ray playing the damage assassin. Hello 17, happy birthday, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wish, sir. We are doing a 1v1 tournament right now. Alright, already some trades going through. Ray gonna hit level 2. Oh my goodness. Whoa! What? Whoa! First blood in 30 seconds for Ray. Holy moly! That is actually insane. Ray already hitting hard. And because of that, Darren gonna be put behind a little bit. Dodo, make more your mom jokes. You're gonna make a video, right? We'll see. Lilo saying this is a horrible matchup from the audience. Even I wouldn't have expected a 30-second kill. Ray does definitely clear wave a lot quicker than Darren, even with the concussive blast, especially when you add on to the fact that he is building tank. That could end up being not so good. And eye for an eye allows him to dive tower as well. Darren going to be playing an uphill battle once again. Ray pulling out all the stops for the group stage. He really wants to be the guy who... He really wants to be the first seed for Group B. Looking at the itemization, Ray going for the Thunder Belt into the Fury Hammer. So once again, making sure he's at least bruiser level, which is definitely respectable. Your mom doesn't quite have the first item complete. Eye for an eye stuns away the fist break as well. The timing on Ray, so difficult to handle. Revitalize going to be used by your mom. Just to keep herself a little bit more healthy. Blade of Heptasis now completed on Ray. Benedetta looking scary here. Eye for an eye ability. Oh, the fist crack! The timing a little bit too late there from Darren. Ray actually messed up the eye for an eye for a moment. Used it a bit too late, but was still able to dash out. Without that ultimate, going to be very difficult for Darren to actually trade in. He is trying to get Ray to use the eye for an eye before he goes for an all-out commit. But Ray with a very powerful trigger finger right here. So far his timing has been excellent. His break comes in, does actually get the stun this time. Darren not gonna commit to it though. Your mom not quite ready to fist the Benedetta. Both players now level 6. Currently 1 kill up, Ray in favor. Eye for an eye already going to be used. I'm sorry, hey, Gin asked for it. May you repeat that? No. Ask your mom. As the game goes on, both players leaning into a little bit more tank. Dreadnought now completed. Fist crack going to miss, but does do some damage. And look, the final blow comes out. Eye for an eye once again. Counters the stun. But Darren now a little bit tankier. A little bit more difficult to kill your mom now. Ray going more into damage here. After the Blade of Heptasis, he has completed the Sea Halberd. Noteworthy as well is that Ray has decided not to go for any boots. Considering the size of the map, doesn't actually feel like he needs shoes to navigate around on the Benedetta. Goes for the Antique Cuirass completion first on Darren. Your mom needs as much durability as possible to be able to slap you real good. I like the final blow goes in into the Petrify! Ray going for the full commit, and unfortunately Darren commits the fist crack inside the Electro final blow. That means that Ray picks him off, and he is dead for another 5 seconds with the minion wave pushing in. We might see a tower victory right here, and Ray will go for it. Game number 2 goes to Ray on the Benedetta for a clean sweep right here. Ray showing us that he's already studied the ways of the blade, studied the ways of the 1v1. And that means that we can update the bracket. And that means I was the only one who gambled on Ray. Wow, didn't expect that. Damn man, my hand's not working, Darren says in our post-match interview. Well, that happens, doesn't it? And now we can update the brackets. Ray with the 2-0, now leading Group B. Group B players can now take a short break because we are going to be jumping back into Group A. Now Gin already knows that he's going to be playing for sure. Oh yeah, Darren 02, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about that, my bad. I'm not used to doing this. Okay. Gin already knows for sure he's going to be facing off. But who is he facing off against? Is it Lilo or Kai for our second match of Group A? And it looks like we are going to be seeing a highlight matchup right here. Gin screams, "No!" into the abyss. Gin versus Lilo. A tale as old as time here on the Dodo channel. Two friends who have been forced to face off against each other time and time again. Alright, once again, anyone who wants to come in, please invite Kuruel. And anyone who wants to place bets, place your bets now. Place your bets. Because once we enter the game, you're not going to be able to place them anymore. Won't be betting, I have curse right now. Alright, fair enough. You can still come in to watch though if you want. Alright. In 3, 2, 1. The countdown doesn't matter because you guys have delay. Let's go! Second match of Group A. Game 1. Gin versus Lilo. Can I bet on myself? Lilo asks. I think that when you are playing, you automatically bet on yourself. Which I think is a very smart idea for the Moonton devs because you don't want the people to throw games, right? When you're playing, you automatically bet on yourself. So Gin bans all of Lilo's signatures, the Kagura and the Guinevere, but also the Chang'e, while Lilo bans the Kagura herself. Interesting. And then the Bane and the Cho. Cho is a hero that Gin has done very well with in 2v2s on the Dodo channel in the past, so that makes sense. And Bane very strong right now. Gin hovering the Eve, but will he actually lock in the Eve? He does. Gin going on the Eve versus Lilo on the Ruby. It is a mage versus fighter matchup. And Ruby is going to be a very interesting pick here. Because in a game mode where you don't have access to the base for regen, having a hero that heals up as much as she does is going to be a difficult opponent. How the world has gone wrong, right? Normally Gin would be the fighter and Lilo would be the mage. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of our second Group A match. Gin versus Lilo. We got Impure Rage on the Eve and Brave Smite on the Ruby as expected. Gin actually going for the Void Crystal. Level 1. And already Lilo forcing out the Flicker, specifically walking up to Gin and touching him inappropriately. Gin already crying about it. What the fudge am I saying? You guys, my floodgates have come loose after you guys told me to make your mom jokes. Alright. Now that Gin is level 2, he will be able to trade a little bit more easily, but Lilo can just kind of walk up to the mage. Until Gin is level 4, it's gonna be very difficult for him to actually deal with that. But the Void Blast is a very consistent and very annoying poke. So Gin should still be able to outtrade for now. I wish this had music, man. Where's the music? Is there no sound? There's just no music in this. I feel like there needs to be music. They need to give us the option to put music. As you would expect, Lilo gonna be building War Axe first item. Gin Already level 4 first, thanks to all the extra trading from the Eve. Should be going into an enchanted, I believe. Unless I'm wrong, in which case that would be very, very disappointing as a caster. Oh, I'm offended, misses. Gin going for the return trade, not committing the RWM just yet. Hello, Shami. Thank you for the birthday wish. Welcome, welcome to the stream. We're doing a 1v1 tournament right now. Lilo trying to go for the dive in on Gin. Doesn't have I'm offended back up just yet. RWM comes out. Lilo flickers out of the death box. Probably a good decision. Their health was very low there, but it's instantly healed up with the minion wave. You have to time your trades very carefully against a Ruby in this game mode. Because otherwise, the minions just come in and Ruby just completely heals up. And considering how often you're going to be trading on a map this small, it's very easy for them to keep the War Axe stacks up and running as well. War Axe completed. Oh, it's glowing! Yeah, glowing one first item for Gin, not the enchanted talisman. Is there any restrictions? We're doing a bit of a global ban. We're doing a global... So basically every match, heroes that you've played before cannot be played again. Spell ban feels kinda illegal here. It does! But technically everyone is able to choose the lifesteal and spell vamp heroes if they want to. So and no, it is still possible to outplay them, you know? We saw Kai on the Yuzong actually end up losing to the Kagura. So you do still have to be pretty good. Can't really tell what this next item Lilo is going for is. Ice Queen's wand now completed on Gin, trying to be as annoying as possible to avoid giving Lilo space on the map. Lilo taking a lot of poke damage. Look at the range that Gin can smack Lilo from. It's like Gin can attack from a entire universe away. Minions are walking up. Lilo currently at 30% HP. Tries to walk up to clear the minion wave. Instantly takes a chunk of HP back. RWM comes out again. Oh my goodness! The flicker out at the last second. Lilo survives, but they are literally one hit away from death. And a Void Crystal comes out. Oh, the most anticlimactic way it could happen. First blood goes to Gin at the 4.5 minute mark. And that's actually a really important timing because the minion wave has won up. Is this it? Does it end right here? 4 minutes in, Gin takes game number 1.
Victory!
Wow! Actually insane. You know what? Eve might be a sleeper pick here. Eve's 1v1 trading is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Eve actually has insane 1v1 potential, especially against like a melee hero. Wow, okay, Gin showing us how it's done. I forgot to gamble on that one, but looks like Darren was able to get quite a lot of coins from there. Alright. So game 1 goes over to Gin. We will see if Lilo will be able to make the counter play once again in game number 2, like we saw earlier in their matchup versus Kai. Alright, we're gonna be jumping into game 2 very soon, everyone. Put your bets in. I'll put some bet in on Lilo myself. Yeah. Let's see if they can clutch it out once again. Does swapping matter? Your map gets inverted anyway. Yeah, you can try, just to see. Alright, hopefully everyone has put their bets in. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. So as per global ban rules, Ruby and Eve are both banned from the hero pool now. Gin continuing to specifically ban out the Lilo signatures. Lilo gonna ban the Cho as before. Also the Selena, those are both notable Gin heroes, as well as the The Florin is an interesting one. Was that an auto ban? I don't think the game would auto ban for you. I suppose Lilo probably just ran out of time. All good. Alright, Cho and Selena are both heroes that Gin has destroyed 2v2 on before. Wow! Very early Lunox pick. Gin not actually minding revealing his hero very early on in draft. Let's see if this ends up costing him.
I will restore the cosmic balance.
I didn't know you could do that! Wait, I had no idea you could do that. What the fudge? You can do that? You know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Fudge it. Oh, you can't see. Oh, you can't see the other person's pick. Okay, okay. I thought that you could see. Alright. All good. So only the spectators can see. Alright. That's good to know. I didn't know you could pick the same hero, actually. I guess that makes sense. Of course you would be able to 1v1 the same hero, right? Otherwise, you can't do like 1v1 Cho, 1v1 Fanny. Wow, okay. 1v1 Lunox.
Enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
This is gonna be interesting. It's not like, when do we ever get to see an actual like same hero 1v1? That's gonna be fun. Alright, we got, but it is Impure Rage Lunox versus Lethal. Okay, they're both just they're just doing Lunox things. Lilo's starting to take a lot of damage though. The Impure Rage actually giving Gin a little bit more regen overall. Which means that Lilo has the flicker out, uses the regen to heal back up. Gin choosing not to use regen, actually trying to heal off the minion wave instead. I wonder if they'll build the same items as well. Gin going to end up taking more damage overall after that. Mana also going to start becoming an issue the more they spam their abilities. Lilo can't see it, but Gin is spam recalling in that bush right now. Is Uranus already used? Not yet, actually. Not too bad a 1v1 choice. You are right about that, Shabi. Okay. Yeah, it does look like they might be building similar items. Gin definitely. Oh, Gin! With the flicker darkening burst to get the first blood on Lilo. Wow. That happened so quickly. And I am so lucky I actually changed my camera back in time. He's gonna be able to do a good amount of damage to the tower, but since it is still early in the game, Lilo will get back in time to clear up the wave. The tower has already taken half HP though, Gin. Showing to be quite the scary 1v1 player. Alright, let's see. Lilo still a little behind. Looks like they are gonna be going into Enchanted Talisman while Gin is building into Genius Wand first. Gin already out trading thanks to going for the cheaper early item. Brilliance comes out from Lilo. Brilliance comes out from Gin. Does Gin want to commit? Oh, the darkening comes out once again! The counterplay! Gin picks up another kill and the tower is exposed for a second time. Gin only has one minion this time, so I don't think the tower will go down. But the next kill will be the decider. Lilo gonna be pushed against the corner here. Enchanted Talisman finally complete, but Gin also finishing up the concentrated energy. Lilo was so close to taking Gin out there. Tries to commit to the darkening. Gin now in some trouble. Doesn't have mana. But he is able to back off into the tower in time. But without mana, it could be difficult for Gin to actually get his health back the same way as before. He does have regen. That's gonna give him some help. Brilliance going to be used. Lilo now in trouble. Brilliance going to be used by Lilo as well. Gin, oh, nearly kills Lilo a third time the same way. With the dash darkening burst. But Lilo now on 20%. Oh my goodness, one hit. One hit is all it took. Gin wins out the Lunox v Lunox battle. And that means that this match is a 2-0 over to Gin. Wow. Wow, Gin scary actually. That is actually terrifying. I was not expecting Gin to play like that. As evidenced by the lost coins that I have. And that means we will once again update our 1v1 rankings. Yeah, we'll bring Kuruel back into the lobby. Gin is now 2-0. With Lilo being a 1-3. Which means that at this point, Lilo will probably not be making it out of Group A. And Gin now takes over the first spot. We will see if Kai is able to stop his ascent into the grand finals. And yes, Toast, it is a tourney. We're trying this out, or giving this a shot. Alright, now that we've had our second match of Group A, let us jump back over to Group B. On the Group B side, Kuruel knows for sure that he is going to be playing the next match, but will he be playing against Ray or Darren? Our second match of Group B is going to be Darren versus Kuruel. Darren versus Kuruel is going to be our next best of 2 matchup in the group stage. Alright, once again everyone, feel free to put your bets on who you think is going to be winning game number 1. Toast would like to participate in something like this in the future as well. Yeah, for sure. We can see how this goes. We can definitely see how this goes. But yeah, it is rough for Lilo because Lilo's mains do get banned quite often when it comes to these 1v1s, 2v2s. I think what needs to happen is that the next time we do a 2v2 tournament, we need to just let Lilo and Gin try playing together. You know? Because even from the very beginning of our 2v2 history, those two have somehow not been allowed to play in one team. Maybe the universe itself knows that it would be too scary. Alright everyone. And note, everyone here is friends, you know? Even if we win or lose here, everything is good. I imagine, I hope. Gin feels bad. Don't feel bad, Gin. Embody the soul of Uma Musume, you know? You win hard, you lose hard. You know? When you win, you accept the victory, or you will be looking down on your opponent. You know? You gotta have that sports anime. You gotta have that sports anime energy, right? Everyone here, just a reminder to y'all. Have that sports anime energy. If you win, revel in the moment, you know? Do not disrespect your opponent's efforts by feeling bad about beating them. Promise them that you will be the champion. Alright, anyways. I imagine bets are in by now. Kuruel versus Darren. Game number 1. Let's go. Darren said, you win hard, you get hard. And yes, that definitely does not sound right. So we got Kuruel on the blue side, our resident Leslie main versus your mom. Kuruel bans Jawhead, Badang, and Cho. So very specifically banning out some of the heroes that we've seen played earlier as well. Whereas Darren bans out Guinevere, Leslie, and Haya. So I think that anyone here who has a very obvious hero main is basically never going to get to play it. Y'all stop, I'm supposed to be innocent today. Oh, oh wow, what is this? This is an interesting matchup right here. Darren is going with Kaja, which means that your mom is going to have a whip. And then Kuruel is playing Zilong. Very, very interesting choices for game 1 here. Kuruel, wow, okay, Kuruel going greedy as well on the Zilong. Inspire Zilong. Now, we have to note, in 1v1, you do earn gold a lot quicker. You get your items pretty quickly. But Zilong is still a pretty late game hero.
Seconds till the enemy
It all depends on what kind of builds we're going to see Darren going for. What is interesting is that he has decided to go for focusing Mark, which is probably going to have a little less effectiveness when you don't have teammates around to benefit from it. Already we're seeing a lot of trades. We are seeing a lot of trading here. Kuruel actually doing quite a lot of damage. Normally Zilong should not be winning outright trades in the lane, but Kaja doesn't do a very good job of trading in the first few levels. Now I'm pretty sure the reason that Darren has gone for Kaja is because in a 1v1 situation, hold on, Kuruel going for the full dive. Darren is able to get out. But yes, continuing my, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Darren is trying to hit level 4 and just repeatedly pull Kuruel into the tower with Divine Judgment. That is probably the plan. Which is an interesting idea, right? It kind of explains why you would want to ban a hero like Cho as often as you do. Kuruel going to be going most likely for Windtalker first item as is expected. Darren building mostly into tank. Hello Armand, thank you for the birthday wish. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Fun fact though, Zilong Inspire has no counter at level 1. I guess, thinking about it, you're not wrong. You are actually not wrong. Alright, Darren gonna go for the Thunder Belt first item. Kuruel actually slightly behind in farm. Now that Darren has hit level 4, it is very scary for Kuruel to actually walk up in lane. He needs to make sure that when he shows himself, he is not near Darren's tower. So that, at the very least, if he does get Divine Judgmented, he won't get whacked by the building. But that means that he has to give up lane prio most of the time. So, even though Darren was not able to out-trade Kuruel in the first couple of levels, now that he has the lasso, this is a very difficult 1v1 matchup, actually. Especially for a Zilong. You do not want to be CC'd as a Zilong. And we can see Darren feeling very safe about just walking straight up to Kuruel's tower. Consistently trading with the ring. I've actually forgotten what Kaja's first skill is called. Hold on. Does it tell me? It does not. Oh yeah, it does. Ring of Order. Thank you very much, Gabe. Windtalker now completed. Currently, Darren still slightly ahead in gold. Not by very much though. If Kuruel plays it slow and chooses to turtle a little bit, then once he does get his third or fourth item, he might be able to just straight out outburst Darren. Darren actually going for the jungle camp on a tank Kaja, and it looks like he will actually get it. That's gonna give a massive EXP injection. Kuruel going to be found in the bush. Kuruel tries to go for the ambush. Divine Judgment going to be used, but Kuruel is safe. This is nowhere near Darren's tower, which means Kuruel can go for the all-in dive, forcing Darren to flicker. A good play there by the Zilong to actually bait out an ambush on the opposite side of the map. Ooh, Holy Crystal. Completed on Darren now. Looks like he's not committing to a full tank build. He is aware of the fact that he cannot rely on pulling Kuruel into the tower every single time. And this certainly does bring back memories of the good old times when Shadow Twin Blades existed as an item and we would see one-shot Kaja. Those were the good days. Kuruel, as expected, playing it slow, gets the toss over the shoulder. Darren takes some tower hits. Well positioned throw with the spear by Kuruel there. Zilong does have a little bit of inbuilt regen. He's gonna be able to heal back up, but gets cancelled. Now the Great Dragon Spear is completed as well. This is specifically designed to be Zilong's item. Darren once again going for the jungle camp. Cruel still keeping a good distance. Everyone knows that your mom is scariest when she walks up to you with a whip. Currently, Cruel notably behind in farm. Darren going for the full out mage build now. Holy Crystal into concentrated energy, and now with the blade armor just for a little bit of additional durability. And you can see that the Thunderbelt stacks are actually starting to hit pretty hard on Cruel as well. Oh, Cruel down to very low HP to flicker into Divine Judgment! Your mom picks up first blood exactly when the minion wave pushes into the tower. Cruel's still dead for another 5 seconds. This might be it. There's no more minions left. The minion wave may have bought Cruel just a little bit more time. He needs to get back into the lane as fast as possible and clear up the wave. Goes for the spear flip, makes the tower hit your mom. He might actually be able to get the kill here. He transfers over the minions. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose his tower. Actually ends up being a pretty solid trade. But this is now a very dangerous situation for the Zilong. This tower will fall if you sneeze on it. Demon Hunter Sword is now complete. Cruel is now officially at the point where you can actually go for an all-in dive on Darren. Darren also with the full build now. Divine Glaive, final item. My goodness, look at that damage. Spear Flip going to be used. Cruel trying to go for the all-in dive. Surprisingly, Darren not actually committing the Divine Judgment. Even though Cruel's very low on HP, he is able to regen it back up for now. Once again, the Spear Flip comes out. Cruel in some danger. Divine Judgment going to be used. Cruel one hit away. It's gonna be the second kill for Darren. But the timing once again is favorable. There's only a few minions left for Cruel and the tower is nearly dead. And you know what that means. Darren on the Kaja secures game number 1. An impressive choice to go for the Kaja in a 1v1 situation, knowing that the Divine Judgment would be able to lock down your opponent entirely. And while Cruel did a good job of waiting it out until he had the items, he still ended up being a little bit too squishy. That blade armor also whacking him back where it counted. It looks like both Gin and Ray gambled on Darren there. They have gotten their payout. Dodo didn't even bet. I sometimes forget to bet. Alright, we're gonna be jumping into game number 2. Let me go ahead. I'll just put it on Darren for now. Alright, I need to go to the bathroom again. So as before, I'm gonna go ahead and start the game. I'll go to the bathroom and then I'll be back before the game starts. Everyone watching, put your bets in. We're starting the game in 3, 2, 1, go! And I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I will be right back. And Zilong and Kaja are banned. Yes, okay.
Your team is picking.
Ready to make
Fight
some
for the
real
ultimate
money,
answer.
compadre?
Okay, I am back. Wow, okay, this is interesting. Darren with the Franco versus Kuruel on the Hilda. Wow. Okay. Alright everyone, game number 2. Darren currently 1 game up. Has decided to go for another single target hero. But this time it is the Franco. And Kuruel on a very powerful early game fighter, which is the Hilda. Based on the emblem as well, and from the way 1v1 works, I am expecting Darren to go for a damage Franco build. It's gonna be interesting to see what items he goes for. Iron Hook actually connects a Kuruel there. Careful Kuruel, taking a lot of damage from the tower. Now Hilda also seems like a hero that's going to be very strong in a 1v1 situation. Especially knowing the size of these bushes. Because Kuruel can just stand in them and heal. Iron Hook connects again. Some really solid hooks coming out from Darren right here, but the Revitalize is going to be used by Kuruel since he has gone a little bit too far into the tower. Looking at the itemization for now, looks like Darren is still sticking with more tank. Probably a Thunder Belt first item. Kuruel finished the Rapid Boots first and will likely be going into a Blade of Heptases right afterwards. Fury Hammer already completed. Oh, that was close! The Iron Hook actually nearly hit Kuruel. That could have been potentially bad, especially since Darren is about to hit level 4. Thunder Belt now completed. Kuruel now needs to officially be very careful, very respectful of the positioning. And Darren is aware of it. You can see he is specifically freezing the wave right outside his tower. So he might be able to go for a hook into Bloody Hunt under the tower on the Hilda. That is the best way for Darren to secure kills at this point. Iron Hook connects into the Bloody Hunt, but Darren didn't go for the flicker into the tower. So Kuruel is not tanking hits from the building. We'll still end up taking some poke by going for the counter dive. But Hilda will be able to heal up quite a lot. Unfortunately, although Kaja ended up being a very solid pick in the previous game. Oh, another Iron Hook! This time with the flicker. No Bloody Hunt, sadly. Which means that Kuruel will be able to walk out. If Darren had the Bloody Hunt there, that would have been a guaranteed kill. But so far, your mom actually hitting these hooks really, really well. Goes to show when your mom wants you here, you're coming, whether you like it or not. Both sides playing a little more carefully now. Your mom currently 1 full level up on Kuruel. The Hilda pickup has not been quite as effective as you would have liked, since it's hard to go for a full out dive against a Franco that can pull you into tower. But the later the game goes as well, the more difficult it'll be for Darren to actually secure kills on the Hilda. To be honest with y'all, I really don't know how this matchup will go. Looks like Kuruel going to be building into a big... Oh my goodness, the Iron Hook once again! Blade of Heptases now completed. Darren starting to build into actual damage. But will it be enough damage? I really don't know if a damaged Franco can actually kill a Hilda. Iron Hook misses for the first time. Kuruel goes in for the damage. Wants to trade. Revitalize is going to be used as well. Darren probably doesn't want to stay for too long here. Kuruel goes all in. Gets the ult. 1 more hit away. And oh my goodness, Darren with the counter play! Darren with the bait! Gets the kill! Oh my goodness! That is a genuine, honest to goodness outplay right there. He took the trade, made Kuruel think that he was in a sheer win situation, 1 hit away from death, baited him into tower, where he could get the hook Bloody Hunt. Wow, but now he's low on HP. Kuruel really wants to... Oh, misses the hook timing this time. And without any real way of regenning, Darren is probably going to be dead very soon. In fact, I would argue it might be worth killing himself. when the minions are not pushing against his tower. That might genuinely be a strategy that you guys might want to consider. Here's a little bit of a tip from a caster's perspective. There may be times when you want to kill yourself if your regen is not very strong, to prevent yourself from dying to a dive when the opponent has a wave pushing up on you. What timing that is, I cannot say for sure, but I imagine everyone here would know when to identify it. Kai is correct though, because Franco's passive is able to regen a little bit. Imagine clipping staff saying kill yourself out of context. Oh no, I guess that is a possibility, yeah. Either way, looks like Darren will be able to regen back up to full. Looking at the items now, these are really... You would not want to see this Franco in your pub game. On your team or the enemy's team. Heptases, Malefic Roar, Sea Halberd. Whereas Kuruel has gone into the Thunderbelt Malefic Roar. Looks like both sides actually building kind of similarly in terms of itemization. But I get the feeling this is gonna be one of those slower games as well. Cause neither side wants the full commit. Kuruel will decide to go for it now that he knows the hook is unavailable for a short while. In fact, with the way we can spectate, we can actually see the cooldowns on the abilities here. So we can keep an eye on when Darren actually has the hook available. Hunter Strike now completed. Nearly full damage Franco with the exception of the Thunderbelt. And the Demon's Shoes just to make sure he can keep casting abilities. Kuruel unfortunately now a little bit afraid of pushing up. Iron Hook is dodged. The minions are colliding with the tower. Bloody Hunt going... Oh my... Whoa! I gotta say, that is a lot more damage than I was expecting. That is straight up a lot more damage than I was expecting, I will say right now. With that... Darren did half of Kuruel's HP with the Bloody Hunt. Kuruel has to be careful, he gets hooked. My goodness, wow, Kuruel commits the ult though, one more hit! The flicker out from Darren. Both sides very low now. Darren's the only one who's gotten a kill so far, so even a death now is not going to matter as much, but Kuruel needs to be careful of the Bloody Hunt. Oh! Darren walks into the bush at the wrong time! And Kuruel finishes him off before he can press the Bloody Hunt button. The minion wave is pushing in. Darren will be back up. Can Kuruel take the tower before Darren respawns? It's one more hit away! He'll do it! The turnaround! Kuruel evens it up 1-1 at the last possible moment. One Bloody Hunt, one button. If Darren had gotten the Bloody Hunt out, he would have won. That would have been it. That was a 100% kill based on how much damage it did before. But Kuruel got the kill in time and with the minion wave pushed in. Wow, that is impressive. That is impressive. None of us believed, guys. None of us believed in Kuruel. Wow. Incredible, incredible. Alright. So that means once again, we update the standings. That means that Darren is 1-3. And then Kuruel is 1-1. What Gin mentioned earlier is also correct. We have 1 hour left and we still got quite a lot of matches to go. So let's just try to get through this quickly, shall we? Last match of Group A is going to be Gin versus Kai. And they're already in position. Thank you very much, boyos. Alright, place your bets, everyone. We're gonna try and go through this a little bit more quickly, so that we can actually get the full tournament done. I'm so glad I changed it to best of 2s. Oh my god. Alright. Bets. Place your bets. I also need to place my bets. I'll put Gin. Alright. Bets are in. Let's go. Our final match of Group A. Game 1. between Kai and Gin. Kuruel says in the post-match interview that he genuinely thought that he would lose. I'm gonna be honest with you, Kuruel, I also genuinely thought that you would lose. Goes to show, anything can happen. Got the Cho, Haya, and Fanny bans. I don't know, I feel like the bans kind of glitch out a little bit sometimes. Cause I'm pretty sure that one of you guys was banning different stuff earlier. Oh well. Kai currently hovering over the sun. Commits to the Bane and Gin uses the Alpha. Ho ho ho, this is gonna be a fun one. Darren says, I wish I could make my alt button bigger. I'm pretty sure you can actually. Isn't there a way in the settings to change the size of your skill buttons? Now Gin, before the game even starts, we can see that Gin has already said shit. Because Bane is an alpha counter. Most of Bane's ability, like especially the Deadly Catch, is a very good way of completely countering Alpha's ability to stick on top of you. And we all know how much damage the Haktua has been doing recently. Game 1! Kai with the Lethal Ignition Bane versus Gin on the Brave Smite Alpha. Now, early on, Gin might be able to do some trading, but you can already see that even at level 1, that Ale hits really fudging hard, man. The fudging Haktua. So painful. Looks like Kai is going to specifically freeze the minion wave. And you know what's even worse? You know what makes Bane even better? Magic Bane has a shit ton of regen. And he doesn't even need minion waves to regen from. Unlike other lifesteal heroes. So Gin really cannot afford to let this game go on too long, and we can see that he is already trying to do some damage to the tower, nearly takes out Kai with one minion standing. Gin is well aware of the urgency of the situation. He cannot allow Kai to scale. The earlier this game ends, the more likely it will be for Gin to actually get the victory. Because once Kai has a couple of items, it's going to be very difficult. Instantly commits the Alpha charge the moment he hits level 4. Flicker going to be used. Gin gonna try and use his extra HP to actually dive in for the kill. Kai just hit level 4 though, so Gin definitely making a good choice of backing off then and there. A Deadly Catch would have been the end of him. He knows Kai is in this bush. Oh, Kai doing the strategy I was talking about! Kills himself off the tower! Uses the Deadly Catch to nuke the wave to buy time for himself. Let's see if this pays off. He's still 5 seconds away from respawning, but it looks like it might have actually worked. He exchanged a little bit of his tower to make sure he's able to come back with full HP. And because he died to the tower, Gin doesn't even get a kill to count towards the 3-kill target of the game. Kai already gaming the meta right here. His first item going to be Blood Wings, not going for the Holy Crystal, electing to have survivability instead, whereas Gin has gone for the War Axe as per usual. Deadly Catch comes out, Kai trying to freeze the minions right outside the tower range, and it looks like he will succeed in doing so. Alpha Charge comes out, Kai does not have ultimate, that's why Gin feels safe going for it. Actually able to choke out half of his HP. But the Blood Wings and the Ale will allow him to top himself up so quickly. He's already back to full HP basically. And he can just nuke the wave once again. Brute Force Breastplate now completed by Gin. Kai still a little bit well off of hitting that second item. Kuruel says that Bane is basically a walking base in 1v1. And I can definitely see how that would be the case. Deadly Catch can be used to nuke the wave once again. Gin does still have the EXP lead for now. Kai playing a dangerous game, walking to the other side. Has to flicker away. Gin does not commit the spear. Wanting to play it a little bit safer. Spear of Alpha going to be used now. Kai still doesn't have the deadly catch. Again, going to need to try and keep track of the cooldown on Kai's ultimate in order to really know for sure when it's safe for him to dive. Kai very low on HP, one hit away from death. Gin goes for the Spear of Alpha, commits, gets the first blood, and he has minions. That might be it. Can the tower clear the minions quick enough? It's only one minion left, but Gin, he's going to take it. He is going to turn things around. Ends the game before the Bane scaling can really come into play. We saw Kai try to do some interesting things, some very smart choices of going for the backdoor execution and wave nuke. But Gin knew what he needed to do. He knew he had to take the tower down before the items really started becoming a problem. Gin will take game number 1. And it looks like we already have a challenge issued in the chat. Kai has issued a challenge. So put your bets in, everyone, because these two players have agreed on a Cho v Cho 1v1 battle. Put your bets in, everyone. We are starting the game in 3, 2, 1. Hold on, I haven't put it in. 3, 2. That's not the correct number. We're starting. And Kuru will redeem the Dodo cam as well. So here we go, Dodo is here. Why is it not starting? Okay, yeah, okay. Gin's gonna rejoin because just so I'll replay. Okay, everyone replace your bets. Everyone who placed the bet earlier, replace your bet because Gin had to rejoin since it looked like the room was glitching a little bit. Alright, 3, 2, 1. We appear to have a slight issue. Okay, should we restart the room? We'll try one more time, and if it still doesn't work, then we'll restart the room. Place your bets once again. And let's go. Okay, I think we have to remake the room. Okay, hold on, we're remaking the room. Everyone out, we're remaking the room.
Don't stare too.
Even the room was not prepared to handle the power of the 1v1 show. Okay, everyone who wants to come and watch, everyone who wants to come and place bets, come on in. Place your bets. Let's go. Alright, here we go. So Dodo, if we don't get enough time, we might possibly get a day 2. Dude, it would be a day 2 that's literally just like the grand finals. We'll try to see if we can get it all done tonight. Alright, here we go, boyos.
Justice in the world.
Kai and Gin have issued the challenge. For game number 2, it is going to be the classic 1v1 show. The matchup that all your pub EXP lane opponents ask you to go for anytime they lose to you in lane. Because everyone knows that if you lose to someone in lane, the only way to prove your superiority is to challenge them to 1v1 show. Gin should win because of King of Fighters skin? Maybe.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
So we do already see a little bit of difference in the way that these two are approaching things. Gin is going for Quantum Charge. Kai has Lethal Ignition. And I just saw chat, Gin said that he has the wrong emblem. So he definitely did not intend for this. But you know what they say, when the game has started. I am very curious about how this will go. This is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Gin already itemizing slightly more defensively, going for the warrior shoes for that extra physical defense. Whereas Kai is instantly going for the dagger. Now Gin has already played some pretty impressive 2v2s as Cho, but Kai is also our resident roam main. So I have no idea how this matchup is going to go. Kai goes for the Fury Hammer first, so he is going to have a little bit more damage, but Gin has already been able to pick that up as well alongside the warrior shoes. Quantum Charge as well does mean that he actually ends up having a little bit more regen overall in exchange for the lethal ignition damage, and we can see that coming into play here. Kai has the kick, commits to it, Wave of the Dragon going to be used, but Gin also has it, so Kai instantly dashes away. Gin with the flicker kick! Whoa! Way to flex right there, dude. I wish I had fudging. I wish I had live replay. Oh my god, I want to see that again, actually. Gin with the flicker kick. Happened so fast. That is definitely sheesh worthy right there, my friend. Wow. Kai goes for the Way of the Dragon. Gin in some trouble, very low, is able to dash away, but oh, Kai goes for the flicker. Oh my god! Oh my god! Gin! The Cho God! The king of fighters himself! Kai misses the flicker kick. And Gin gets the Way of the Dragon into the tower. Not that it mattered because Kai was already dead. And he was on 10% HP. Again, going to recon. Can you actually regen at base? You can't, right? Yeah, Kai's gonna spot him out in the bush there. I thought that Gin was actually gonna go and execute himself. I was pretty sure he was setting up for that, but I guess he wanted to play it safe. But playing it safe might be risky. He's very low on HP, and Kai has a wave pushing. Gin cannot afford to die here, but Kai has the kick. Gin needs to play this perfectly. Kai going to try and go for some tower hits. Gin gets the knock up, goes for the Shunpo. He gets the kick instead! What? What?
Victory!
Holy shit! What the fudge? That's crazy! That is insane! I could not do that. I actually would not be able to do that. Oh my god. That was actually like one of the most impressive exchanges I have ever seen. That was actually such a good match. Wow, well played to both of you. That's actually... That was really fun. Holy shit. Okay, wow. Alright, we were going to update the standings. And now we can say 100% for sure that Gin is going to be our Group A Grand Finalist. Which means it is now time to figure out who is going to be meeting him from Group B. And we know that the final match on Group B is Ray versus Kuruel. And Kuruel has already said before the match started, I'm going to say this only once before I face Ray, I am cooked, Kuruel says. Alright, this is our final group stage match. If Ray wins this one as well, our grand finals is going to be a Gin versus Ray matchup, which is going to be very, very interesting. Place your bets, everyone. Place your bets. We are going to be starting the match in 3, 2, 1, go! Darren says it was definitely because of the KOF skin. And yeah, maybe it was. But wow, that was really, really... Honestly, Gin, you can get like serious highlight moments from that 1v1. Do they allow you to save VODs of the 1v1s?
Your team is picking.
Ray very specifically banning out some of Kuruel's comfort picks, the Leslie and the Zilong. Kuruel getting rid of Ray's signature Guinevere, but also the Cho and the Arlet. Let's see what their picks for game 1 are going to be.
Let's hear from the crowd.
CC for Kuruel. And Ray pulls out the Benedetta again. This is the hero that got him a 30-second first blood versus Darren. CC is a very powerful 1v1 hero, one of the best EXP lanes in the meta right now, specifically because of that ability. But will he be able to outperform Ray on the Benedetta? Ho ho ho. The battle begins!
Till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
Ray gonna be playing the Lethal Ignition Benedetta with Petrify. Already finds Kuruel in the bush, goes in, Vengeance comes out. Ray dashes away. Kuruel gonna be playing Brave Smite CC with the Vengeance. A very classic setup. Ray, however, definitely gonna be the one with the faster wave clear overall. But both have to be quite careful about running up to each other. Kuruel doesn't really have any notable stuns that can be countered with eye for an eye. Not really sure how the interaction is with eye for an eye and curtain call as well. Hopefully we get to witness that. Ray probably going to be building Thunderbolt first, the same as before, and that does seem to be the case. Kuruel goes for the tough boots first. So there's not really magic damage happening in this. Oh, Petrify comes out, Kuruel in danger! But I was just about to say this. Tough boots is not really going to work out much in terms of magic defense. But the slight tenacity to reduce the time CC'd by the Petrify might make a difference. And it actually did there. I think without the tough boots, Ray might have been able to pick Kuruel off. Ray now going to be very low on HP. Kuruel going to be the first one to hit level 4. Specifically trying to freeze the lane in the center. It will eventually start pushing towards Ray, since Kuruel's minion has a bit more HP. Ray, not quite level 4 yet, is going to hit it soon. Vengeance comes out, maybe a little bit early from Kuruel here. Ray knows that he doesn't have a battle spell. Things are a little bit more evened up now. Kuruel not really able to make use of the window where Ray couldn't walk up to the wave. Now a very interesting choice from Kuruel, who has also decided to go Thunderbelt first on the CC rather than the usual War Axe. He does actually want to play for a bit of bulkiness as well. That could end up being potentially useful here. We can see that Ray not really able to poke Kuruel out for now. Of course, with time that will change, because both players right now are sitting on only a Thunderbelt. Taking it slow, playing it careful this game. Kuruel gonna run into Ray in the bush. Ray dashes in, goes to the minion wave clear instead. That picks him up his Sea Halberd. Eye for an eye, going to be used to escape. Looks like Kuruel will be going for the usual War Axe as a second item though. A lot of respect being given to these players. We have to note, I believe, looking at the scores, Kuruel needs a clean sweep here, I believe. Yeah, Kuruel needs a clean sweep. If Kuruel loses a single game to Ray, Ray moves on as the Group B representative. So, stakes are high. Electro Final comes out with the Petrify. Vengeance going to absorb a lot of damage and cause Ray to eat a lot of it back as well. Both sides going to walk out with pretty low HP overall. That is not what I wanted to do. Blade of Heptasy is now completed for Ray as a third item. War Axe finished. And it looks like Kuruel is generally choosing to remain on the bulkier side, which I think is a wise choice. The only thing to worry about is that Ray definitely clears wave a lot more quickly. So tower victory is going to matter here. Kuruel gets poked, curtain call comes out, Electro-Final Blow going to be used. No Petrify for Ray. Kuruel, one hit away from death, and a lethal ignition finishes him off. Ray now in a strong position. First blood to the Benedetta. The minion wave is not perfectly cleared, so Kuruel will be back in 2 seconds. Ray will be able to get some damage in on the tower, but should not be able to finish off the game here. Brute Force Breastplate, Fury Hammer now completed for Kuruel. Ray looks like it's probably going for an endless battle, I would presume. I might be wrong. Kuruel goes in. Gonna try and zone Ray away from the minion wave. Kuruel's tower unfortunately did take some pretty notable damage from that last exchange. Now down to 40% HP. If Ray is able to get another trade like that, the game and the grand final slot will basically be his. Curtain call gonna be committed. Kuruel not really going to be able to kill Ray, but will force him away from the minion wave so that he can freeze it in place and clear it up before it really gets to his tower. 6 minutes in, Ray still has a 1k gold lead on Kuruel. Minion waves are really starting to build up though. And the later the game goes, the more difficult it's going to be for Kuruel to match up. Electro Final Blow into Petrify. Used once again. Vengeance going to be used in response. Curtain Call comes out. Minion wave cleared up in favor of Ray. Kuruel gonna need to hold it in place. Ray tries to go in for the poke. Nice spacing from Kuruel. Now Ray is actually the one on the back foot. 40% HP left. And Benedetta definitely doesn't have the most efficient lifesteal overall. He does have Endless completed though. Malefic Roar as well. It's actually full build on the Benedetta. Kuruel completely diving Ray. Curtain Call comes out. Forces out the eye for an eye. Kuruel probably full out of items as well. Yup, Oracle into the Antique Cuirass. We are now looking at a full item build fighter brawl. Electro Final Blow comes out. Gonna be used to clear the minion wave. Kuruel doesn't really take much poke damage from it. Ray just needs one more chance at the tower. But here is where CC really starts becoming annoying. Got minions pushing in against Ray. Kuruel though, not gonna really be able to walk up to the tower here. But Ray taking a lot of trade damage in return. Goes for a poke, Electro Final Blow into the Petrify. Vengeance! Eye for an eye to damage! Ray just barely escapes. If he did not eye for an eye there, he would have actually died to his own Electro Final Blow damage on the Vengeance. But now he has 10% HP against the pushing minion wave. He has to commit. Eye for an eye comes out once again. He's able to survive. He clears up one minion. Kuruel wants to get the last hit. Chases him back into the base. Gets the kill. But he's bought enough time. The minion wave was cleared up by the tower. Ray actually managed to delay long enough. He will be able to respawn. This is a tight series right here, boys. We've got a tight game right here. 50% HP on both towers. Ray is back. Full build on both players. Kuruel definitely with the advantage, but Ray is showing some really impressive plays so far. Electro Final Blow used to clear up the minion wave. He's going to try and go for the trade. Curtain Call comes out as well. Even though Ray has more wave clear. Cruel has way superior trading, and we can see that really playing a role. Vengeance comes out a little bit early here. This allows Ray to maybe use the Electro Final Blow, but the Petrify misses. Curtain Call comes out. He's not going to be able to get the kill. In fact, his tower is now one hit away from death. Cruel! This could be the chance. This could be the opportunity. Ray trying to clear up the tower as much as possible. One hit away from death once again. Both Ray and his tower so close to their demise. He doesn't have his ultimate. I don't know if he can clear the minion wave fast enough. Cruel might be able to take this. 2 minions are up. Ray trying to use his life to buy time. Curtain Call gonna be used as well. Effective Final Blow. One hit on the tower. Ray! He's defending so well. This is some god level defense. He's holding despite the odds. Ray gonna once again go in to clear up the minion wave. He is basically playing this perfectly against Cruel. Cruel just needs one hit. Ray once again holding the minion wave outside the tower, but it's not gonna be enough this time. The disadvantage is too much to overcome. Cruel takes game number 1. And now we have a true situation on our hands. Super well played there to both sides. I lost my gamble and I'm not even mad about it. If we look at the scoring, if we tabulate this result, Cruel is currently 2-1. Ray is currently 2-1. Which means the winner of this final group stage game will become the Group B representative. It is going to be either Ray or Cruel. 1 game. Oh boy. Let's see how this goes. Everyone place your bets. Place your bets. The final group stage game. Who's it going to be? All bets are off the table. Personally, I'm just going to sit back, relax, and witness the chaos. Looks like the rooms are still a little buggy, boy. Alright, hold on. We're remaking the room. Oh wait, no, hold on. We got it. Oh, Gin was still in the result. Oh, I see. So if the spectator is not back in the room, it still counts. Interesting. Alright. Cruel, you did not need to ban Benedetta. The hero is already disallowed. But yes, Benedetta and CC are both banned for game 2. This is the choice that will determine whether Ray or Cruel moves on to the grand finals versus Gin. Whoa!
And it will soon be your burial ground.
Ray pulling out something risky. Hedging his bets on a gourd in the final game. He was gonna find that quite difficult though, because Cruel is pulling out the Lapu Lapu, the meta picks, going to be the choice of weaponry for Cruel in this final series. Gourd going to be very vulnerable to the dive potential of a Lapu Lapu here. So we are looking at a situation where Ray is undoubtedly at a disadvantage. Let's see if he can overcome those odds. Both heroes have a pretty solid amount of wave clear. And despite being melee, Lapu's range skill 1 is also going to allow him to trade fairly well against Ray. Honestly, I'm going to say personally, I did not actually expect this to go to Like a situation where the final game would actually decide who the champion, like the grand finalist would be. I thought that we would be in a situation where it was obvious way before the last game. This just makes it more intense. Lilo says, I want you to know that Gord is actually very good against dive, unironically. Is he actually? I guess I can see it. I guess I can see the potential. That is true. Like, if Gord uses abilities correctly and stuns the person as they dive, then you can get like a full laser blast in their face. And he will be the first one to hit level 4. Though I'm pretty sure Kuruel will be able to match that very soon. Kuruel going to be freezing the wave actually on his side of the map. Trying to bait Ray to come closer. The stun comes out into the Mystic Gush. Oh my goodness. Kuruel just got Kamehameha'd. Actually disintegrated in an instant. One stun, all it took, and Ray instantly takes 50% of the tower. Kuruel flickers forward. Raging Slash comes out, hits it all on Ray. Actually connects the auto attack as well. Ray in trouble. Kuruel strikes back. Takes the return kill on Ray. Little bit of revenge there. Fortunately for Ray, the minion wave is not quite as pushed up as in his case. He will be back in time. Kuruel should not be able to do quite as much damage. But it does look like the name of the game this time around truly is who is able to find the initiation first. Ray will scout out Kuruel in the bush, playing it safe. He knows the ambush is possible. Enchanted Talisman going to be his first item of choice. Kuruel going for the War Axe. Standard builds all around. Once again, the Mystic Projectile can get the stun in. If Ray is able to continue to poke out Kuruel from afar, the Mystic Gush comes out. Kuruel in trouble, has to use the Bravest Fighter to escape. Ray also going to cancel the laser in advance since he knows Kuruel has already got out of it. My goodness, look at that health regen with the Raging Slash. Ray's win condition is genuinely just a one-shot Kuruel. Because if he's not able to finish off Kuruel quick enough, Lapu Lapu can just heal all the HP back up off of the minion wave. We can see now that Ray has completed the Wishing Lantern as well. He is well aware of the fact that he needs to go for an all-in. With Mystic Injunction and Projectile, he is also able to check both bushes at once. Bravest Fighter comes out, Landshaker will miss. So Ray is able to play the map fairly safely. Another stun into the laser, but we can see Kuruel actually starting to become really tanky. He takes a good chunk of HP and damage, but that's in exchange for Ray's entire ultimate. The more time goes, the more difficult it's going to be for him to actually one-shot Kuruel. And note, that is before Kuruel even has a Radiant Armor completed. He only had the Silence Robe. Ray going to need to invest in straight up magic penetration very, very soon. See that over time, Ray's wave clear is starting to outscale Kuruel's. He is able to deal with the minion wave a lot quicker. But Kuruel's also able to stand there a lot more easily. Unfortunately, the stun misses. Mystic Gush going to do some chip damage. Kuruel actually going for the Athena shield first. Probably a wise choice actually, considering that Ray wants to go for a one-shot build. Athena will probably be a little bit better for now. Then he can also commit into the Radiant just to get maximum magic defense. You can also say Lunox would be a good option for Lapu. Yeah, I can actually see Lunox being a very solid like answer to Lapu. But it's difficult because you can't actually see what your opponent is picking. Radiant armor now completed. Kuruel has a lot of magic damage. Does Ray have... Nope, he went for the glowing wand. Going for the anti-heal first before the magic penetration. And considering he's going for an expert glove as well, it looks like his next item might be a winter crown. Or is he going for Sky Piercer? He gets the stun into the laser! Kuruel caught off guard. It is a Sky Piercer. Ray wanting just that extra bit of damage for the execution. Kuruel will be able to respawn. Gets stunned instantly, but is back in time to defend the tower against the wave. I said that. Oh, Mr. Gush going to be used. Pokes out Kuruel. Really nicely timed from Ray as well. He knew that the Raging Slash was already committed, so there would be no counter attack from the Lapu. I said Kuruel had a lot of magic damage, did I? Well, he's taking a lot of magic damage, that's for sure. The flicker forward Landshaker connects with the gourd, but Raging Slash does not. Another Mystic Gush. The cooldown on the Laser of Death actually starting to become very low for Ray. What is the cooldown on that actually? It's like 20 seconds. So Ray can actually pop that out fairly often. With the Ice Queen's wand completed as well, Ray has a full build. It is specifically designed to slow Kuruel down and keep him in the laser for as long as possible. Queen's Wings and Hunter Strike now completed as well for Kuruel. The Lapu Lapu is full build. Another stun connects. Ray really piling on the pressure now. Mr. Gush comes out. Kuruel is taken out. The third kill. The victory. And the grand finals slot will be claimed all at once by Ray on the gourd. So many games have been won by towers being taken that I forgot the 3-kill limit was a win condition. I totally forgot to pay attention to the fact that one more kill was all it took for Ray. But that means, everyone, we have our grand finalists. Ray with a 3-1 score on Group B. We also have our final group standings. Oops. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have our Dodo birthday 1v1 tourney extraordinaire grand finalists. It is going to be none other than Gin versus Ray. Now we have about 30 minutes before we end the night, which means that a best of 5 will probably overlap the usual end time. But fudge it. At this point, we're committing, boyos. We are finishing this tournament up. Check my replays. So are all the replays actually saved? Only 5. Oh, hold on. I can't actually look at my replays while I'm in the lobby, apparently. Okay, alright. We'll recreate the room. I will go ahead and save the VOD. I mean, I'm probably going to just edit it from like... I'll probably just edit it from like the stream VOD, but because it was so cool, I will save it anyway. Okay. Alright. If anyone wants to come in and bet or watch, feel free. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, this is officially our 1v1 Grand Finals. A best of 5 series global ban between Gin and Ray. Let's just go ahead and get things started. This is probably going to take like another hour. So I'm lucky that Friday casts start later. I'm very lucky that Friday doesn't start the cast early because remember how I said that maybe I'll end the stream earlier if things go that way? Yeah. Alright, Ray with the Cho, Natan, and CC bans, Gin with the same. There does seem to be a bit of a strange situation with that. Gin currently gonna be hovering over the Yuzong. Will he commit to it? Ray pops out with the Arlet. 2 fighters. Oh boy, we're going to see sparks fly here, everyone. Yuzong and Arlet both require a good amount of skill when facing off in a 1v1 situation. It does look like we're going to be having the Petrify on both sides as well. Okay, Gin mentioned that he banned Guinevere, Benedetta, and Hanabi. Okay. So I guess the spectators sometimes get the bans bugged out a little bit. Now, in a straight up 1v1, Gin probably wins the trade. But Ray has a lot of tools to really mess with him if he can time his abilities correctly. Gin actually did try to commit a Petrify earlier as well, which did not really land. Cruel asked, did I expect to heal that damage on the turret? What damage specifically? All I remember was the punching Franco damage, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, Ray goes in with the Petrify combo. Gin instantly dropped to 20%. Manages to get the Sharaziru back though, sets up the Furious Dive! Oh my goodness, they are both so low. Oh my goodness. We're already starting off the Grand Finals with a bang right here, everyone. But we can see that Gin has been able to regen so much thanks to the Shower Residue. Ray at a very low HP count. Gin tries to dive in, just barely misses the Dragon Tail. Looks like Ray already anticipated the possibility of that. Ray with 20% HP, going to need to try and defend the tower against the next minion wave. Gin, will he try to die for this? Looks like no. I'm actually gonna transition over to start taking the jungle camp. Actually gonna try and use it to get some HP back. Though, you have to know, the jungle camp itself actually does kind of hurt. Gin gonna just go ahead and take the entire thing. That's gonna give him a nice EXP buff against Ray. War Axe completed for the Yuzong. Oh, Gin goes in! Lands the hit. Lucky for Ray, no Shower Residue, but the Petrify comes out. Gin locks him down first. First blood over to the Yuzong. Luckily for Ray, his minion wave came up just in time, so Gin won't be able to get too many hits in on the tower before he respawns. Gin gonna try and get as much damage in as possible. Ray tried to save the Petrify for a better combo, but Gin just straight up used it to stop him in his tracks. And now the Yuzong is officially a full level ahead of the Arlet. Ray goes in once again, Petrify used, Final Slash gonna use as well, the full combo comes out, Gin still alive, dives back in with the Shower Residue, pops the Black Dragon form, chases Ray into the tower, just barely misses the Dragon Tail. Ray gonna be able to regen back up. But he no longer has access to that. We can see the regen on the Yuzong really making a massive difference here. Looking at the itemization, Ray going for Blade of Heptases first. Most likely a Sea Halberd second. Not grabbing any boots. Gin with the warrior boots into the war axe brute force breastplate. See halberd now completed. That should give Ray a better chance of directly trading against Gin. Still not going to be easy though. The Yuzong healing still very effective in these close quarter situations. Two-level lead on Gin. The waves are starting to stack up. Ray gonna go for a small trade. Final slashes Gin into the tower. Gin gonna need to back this off. That means that Ray will be able to deal with the wave fairly comfortably. But we can see that his tower is already taking quite a bit of damage. Ray playing it safe. He knows that there is a possibility Gin is waiting for an ambush. And he will have his suspicions confirmed as Gin reveals himself. Gin tries to go in, sets up the Furious Dive, actually does a good amount of poke damage. Ray unfortunately dashed into the knockup. Will have regen for now, so not too heavily punished from that. Petrify comes in, final slash gonna be used. Gin stuck underneath the tower, Black Dragon form comes out. He is one hit away, but the Shao Residue tops him back up. He survives it. A beautiful setup for Ray, but not quite enough. Gin goes back in, Furious Dive! Knocks Ray off, it's one hit away, but the Shao Residue is the finisher! Gin picks up his second kill, and with the minion wave pushing in, that is officially the end of game number 1. Gin starts off our grand final series strong. Ray tried his hardest, but the matchup proving a little bit too difficult. Yuzong just a bit too strong in the straight up 1v1 duel. That means Gin currently with 1 win over Ray. Cruel pointing out that this is indeed a Philippines versus Malaysia grand finals as well. So yes, history continues to repeat itself. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into game number 2. Everyone is, well, no one's really in the lobby anymore, so I don't need to tell everyone to place their bets. Let's just jump in. And as per usual, global bans are in effect. That means that Arlet and Yuzong are both banned for the remainder of this series. And I will also take this opportunity to go to the bathroom once again. Woohoo!
Your team is picking.
Even the strongest of currents fail to claim me.
Among the planes exists the equilibrium, which I was made for.
Alright, what do we got? Ooh. Okay. Pulling out some classic success stories. Ray, for game 2, playing the Bane versus Gin's Eve. This is the hero that gave Gin a very convincing victory against Lilo's Ruby in their group stage match at the very beginning of the tournament. And we can already see the amount of poke damage that Gin is doing. Bane is a powerful 1v1, but Gin has actually won against a Bane already. The only player to take one on and come out victorious in this tournament when he was playing on the Alpha. Now on the Eve, it's a lot easier for him to actually handle his hero since he has the range. It's a lot easier for him to poke as well due to the consistency of his skill 1 cooldown. Ray gonna have a hard time here. Needs to try and hold this game, preferably turtle it up until he actually has his items ready so that he can potentially one-shot Gin. Otherwise, in extended trades, it's actually quite difficult for him to be able to do much actually. And we can see Gin specifically zoning him off the minion wave entirely. Ray really not getting a lot of EXP as a result of this positioning. Gin going to hit level 4 first. Instantly goes for the poke. Keeping Ray as far from the minion wave as possible. Even if Ray wants to freeze outside his tower, Eve has such a large cast range that it doesn't matter. Haktoa comes out, RWM gonna be used. Deadly catch as well! Ray jumps back onto Gin, forces out the Sate Flicker. Crab Claw Cannon into the Haktoa! First blood over to Ray, defying the odds. Waiting for when Gin had his guard down to punish. Even though Gin had been doing such a good job of controlling the wave and pressuring the Bane the entire time. All it takes is one singular moment. Lilo wanting some revenge against this Eve that defeated them earlier as well, saying in the chat, "Die, Eve!" and screaming in victory when Ray takes out Gin for the first time. Ray once again going to need to play this slow. He has managed to even up the odds quite a bit. Looking at the itemization, wow. Okay, Ray doing something very interesting with his itemization. 2 magic necklaces, 3 magic wands. Going for full out mana regen. And probably in first item Holy Crystal here. Unlike the previous user of Vayne, I forgot who played it, who went for the Blood Wings first. It is a Holy Crystal first item, similar to the way Innocent plays it. RWM gonna be used once again, locks down Ray, and this time the Box of Death finds its target. Ray will be slain, kill score is 1-1. Luckily for Ray, Gin went for that kill when the minion wave was still in the middle of the map, so he will make it back in time for the tower to basically take 0 damage. Gin now also going to be 2 items in. Oh, it was Kai. Yes, thank you, Lilo. Kai was the one who went for Blood Wings first. Glowing Wand and Ice Queen's Wand now completed for Gin on the Eve. Ray, I can't remember what other items the Fudging Azure Blade built into. Oh, the Flicker Deadly Catch play! Nearly one-shot Gin. I'm kind of surprised Ray didn't like commit a little bit further. I guess his skill was still a bit on cooldown. But nearly, the Flicker Deadly Catch almost murdered Gin in an instant. And we all know that you can't afford to be that low on HP in a 1v1 as well. There's no way for Gin to regen. He's gonna walk back out, tries to clear the minion wave. Starlium Scythe, yes, that was, thank you very much, Darren. Ray, looking for an opportunity. He doesn't have Flicker. Trap Claw Cannon will be dodged. Deadly Catch used, forcing Gin away. RWM locks Ray down. He's able to just barely walk out of it. Very intensive trades between our 2 grand finalists here at the Dodo 1v1 Tourney Extraordinaire. Gin definitely outtrades in terms of extended situations. But Ray just needs that one singular moment when Gin has his guard down, when his positioning is off. Deadly Catch used once again. Gin will be able to walk away from it. Looking at the cooldown of Deadly Catch, it's just a little bit over 20 seconds, which means that Ray can spam it fairly often. He goes for the Lightning Chunkian first. But the later the game goes, the easier it is for Ray to survive the poke as well. He is going to start healing more and more. Winter Crown now completed for Gin. A very smart item choice. Deadly Catch used, dodged once again. Ray taking a lot of poke damage. RWM comes out. Ray gets poked to death. Only 1 minion for Gin, but he is able to get a couple of good hits in on the tower. Ray can regen a lot, but Gin, the burst damage on this Eve is really starting to play a role as well, since Ray is actually fairly squishy. He might actually need to commit into some magic defense here. Gin playing at a distance, the Flicker 4, Winter Crown gonna be used. Deadly Catch perfectly timed. And Gin will be slain. Sparks are flying right here. Gin buying the first immortality of the entire tournament. Typically not an item you'd consider worth getting. Oh, the minion's actually doing a lot of tower damage here. Oh wait, I just remembered Deadly Catch can hit towers. One Deadly Catch is all it will take from Ray to kill Gin's tower and take the game. Gin cannot afford to let this wait any longer. He needs to commit. Ray's just going for it. The Deadly Catch comes out and whacks the tower. What a way to go! What a way to go! Ray knows. He sees Gin's positioning. He knows the Eve is trying to stop him from walking forward to get a free ult and free tower. So he went for it first. He routed around. The score is now 1-1. Just the way we would want it in our 1v1 tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 will now commence to see who will get the victory and be one win away. Once again, a reminder to everyone, this is a best of 5. It may be 1 AM, but we're going all the way, baby. Let's go. So now, Yuzong, Arlit, Eve, and Bane are all banned going forward. I feel like I'm going to need to write this down. Considering we are guaranteed a game 4, I think I'm going to need to write this down. Hold on. Arlit, Yuzong, Bane, Eve are banned. Global ban list. Actually, I should all caps this. Global ban list.
Magic is my life.
Gatot Kacha versus Hari. Ho ho. A tank versus a marksman. Well, not really a marksman, but a gold laner. This is one. I think this might be the only gold laner we've seen. Have we had a gold laner other than Hari in the tournament this entire time? I don't think so. Lilo's gonna head to bed. Congrats to the winner in advance. Alright, Lilo, have a very good night. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you had fun. Hope everyone has had fun in our tournament tonight. Our players have been working very hard. I have been working very hard. I will win next time. I definitely believe it, Lilo. Alright. Ray on the Brave Smite. Revitalize Gatot. Gin on the Purified Impure Rage Hari. Gatot is meant to be a hard counter. The AOG is meant to be a way of denying the Zaman Force outright. But since Gin has the Purify, he does have a direct answer to it. Which means that in a straight up damage situation, Gin probably wins. But if Ray is able to stick to the Hari, we know his passive does a lot of damage. And Ray will most likely be going into Thunderbelt, I would presume, unless he wants to go for really early defensive Radiant Armor. Gin will be going for the Starlium Scythe, as is usual. I don't think there's any reason to build Harif any differently in this sort of situation. And Ray already being dropped down to 20% HP. Harif's early game trading is very difficult to handle. And if Gin is able to get level 4 first, while keeping Ray away from AOG, it'll be very easy for him to commit with the Zaman Force. In fact, this will be, if we don't count Bane of course, probably a hero that takes tower a lot more easily compared to the others we've seen. Ray tries to go for the gank play, is able to do some poke damage, but Gin still has that regen. Starlium Scythe now completed. Ray going for Thunderbelt as is expected. Summon Force going to be used. Gin trying to commit for the kill. Revitalize comes out. Ray gonna be able to heal up a lot of it, but Gin still able to outpoke the damage and drop him back down to 10% regardless. Thunderbelt completed, but is it too late? AOG going to be used. Ray trying to clear the wave as much as possible. Jumps on top of Gin with the Unbreakable. Survives for a while, but Gin picks up the first blood. His Summon Force is 3 seconds away. He might actually be able to commit to it to do a lot of damage to the tower here. Looks like he's not going to use his ultimate. Just going to go for the typical attacks instead. But just with that one trade, first tower already down to 40%. The score is currently 1-1. Yes, Kuruel, you are correct. You can see it's very difficult for Ray to actually stay on top of Ginto Harif, a very slippery hero. Gin already with a nearly 1.5k gold lead on Ray. You can see how difficult it is for him to actually walk up. Gatot would have been a very solid choice into a lot of fighters, but into a marksman. Unbreakable connects with Gin, but Ray cannot commit. He can't just stay. Gin already forcing out the Revitalize once again. 2 items complete. Feather of Heaven done for Gin. Ray still a little while off the Radiant Armor. And we can see just how effectively Gin is able to keep him off the lane entirely. In fact, can Ray even defend this? AOG going to be used to clear out the minion wave, but Summon Force comes out. Ray cannot stand! He's 1 hit away from death! Gin, he might end this in 4 minutes! Ray 1 hit from death, tries to live a little longer, but 1 hit will close it out! A very fast game 3 where the hero selection made all the difference. The first appearance of a gold laner in the Dodo 1v1 Extraordinaire, working out perfectly for one of the shortest games of the entire tourney, 4 minutes and 6 seconds, which means that Gin is now 2-1. Gin is 1 victory away from taking the tourney. I'm gonna go ahead and put a score on the screen actually. Grand Finals, Gin 2-1 Ray. And now we pull out the ban list as well, because now Hari and Gatot Kacha are both also on the global bans. I hid the global ban list so it wouldn't like block. I'll just bring the global ban list out when we're doing the drafting, but I'll hide it during the game itself so it doesn't block anything. Alright. Game 4. What are going to be the hero picks here for both of these players? Gin bans the Guinevere, Benedetta, and the Hanabi. Ray bans the Leslie, Cece, and Natan. What's it gonna be? If Gin is able to select a good matchup once again, he could take the champion title away. But imagine that Ray is not going to let that happen too easily. Oh! Gin with the Julian versus Ray on the Mincetar. A very interesting matchup. The Julian going to be a little bit stronger in the first couple levels, but once Mincetar has access to the King's Calling. A well-placed ultimate will completely deny Gin any chance of counterplay. Gin earlier already thinking that this will probably go to game 5 even as the player in the lead. And if everything goes well, that might indeed be the case. Ray already doing some good poke over to Gin. At level 1, Julian not very effective as a hero. Petrify already used early on. Gin wants to get the minion wave. He wants to hit level 2 as fast as possible. He's doing a great job of circumventing the Mincetar's movements, and he will hit level 2 first, which allows him to already do some intense damage to regen! The single tick of regen that Ray got actually saved him from being killed in the first 40 seconds. But it also means that he is now left on 10% HP with Gin at level 3. And well, we all knew that was going to happen. First blood goes over to Gin, and he is going to be able to do a lot of tower damage here. He won't be able to fully take the tower, but he'll actually come close to it. This is the most damage that a tower has taken in 1 minute in the entire tourney, and the Spear of Glory flicker misses. Ray takes a bunch of abuse right back. Gin has played this first minute perfectly, but the Spear of Glory pulls Gin in. He gets stunned under the tower. Enhanced sword. He's trying to go for the tower hit. Ray gets the regen. Oh, but the minion last hits Ray. Oh my goodness! If there was one more minion, we might have had our grand final secured by a minion situation. But Ray, he got the last passive proc. He got just enough HP back at the perfect time to win the trade against Gin. And the minion wave cleared just enough to make sure he wouldn't go down. But the tower is 1 hit away from death. We're only 2 minutes in. Gin, this close to tasting the victory of the grand finals. This close to making history. Ray, he does have his ultimate available now. Spear of Glory goes in, King's Calling instantly. Gin stuck inside the circle of death. Petrify going to be used. Gin barely able to survive the very first Mincetar ult used against him. He actually goes in aggressively, tries to pick off Ray. Does a good amount of HP in trade. Gin knows he just needs one opportunity, and Ray is well aware of it as well. He knows that he cannot afford to play risky. He is going to play completely defensively. The king protects his tower. Oh, the knockup! 1 hit away, both players on such a low HP. Ray needs to keep the minions away from the tower. Gin goes in, gets the kill! And with that, in a single swoop, in a single moment, we have our first ever Dodo birthday 1v1 Tourney Extraordinaire Grand Champion. Let us bring up the brackets. After taking our best of 5 series 3-1, we officially award our champion, Gin. You have emerged victorious among our 6 worthy challengers, our 6 intrepid MLBB players, our 6 skilled 1v1ers. You have clean swept Group A, and you have taken out Ray, who emerged victorious from Group B to emerge as our champion of the night. And you were able to do it at 1 AM. I'm actually shocked. I am genuinely surprised that we ended at 1 AM. like after the first 2 games, I was convinced that we were going to 130. But then game 3 and 4 were so fast. Gin ended the game so quickly in games 3 and 4. Wow. Everyone, we shall give Gin a big hand. A big hand to Gin, everyone. Julian had a very good early game power spike. He sure did. This YouTube video is gonna be very long. Yeah, probably. Congratulations, Gin. Shall we have, you know what? Shall we, since it's a special little occasion, and of course my birthday is also over now. Let me first, I'm gonna first, hold on. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh. I'm first gonna export this out. I'm gonna save this for future reference. 1v1 tourney. And again, do you wanna have a winner's interview? Very quick winners interview just for fun. Champions interview. Oh, let's hop into Discord real quick.
Okay, hello there.
Hello to our champion.
Honestly, in the end, everyone was trying out the 1v1 mode. It's literally the first day. We already had a tournament out of nowhere. So, GG well played to everyone. Everyone did good. Yeah, nice games, guys. Thank you.
Very nice
Thanks
games.
for the happy birthday. Even though it's over.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any final messages to all your rivals and to all your fans?
Well, next time it's a duo tournament, so it's a different story. I hope I can finally be in the same team as Lilo. So yeah, that's all.
Cool beans. And well, if this does end up being a YouTube video, anything you want to say to the peeps watching?
Like and subscribe.
All right.
That's all.
Sounds good. Like and subscribe, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
Right, GG's, sir. GG's.
GG's.
Very quick winner's interview right there. Alright, everyone. With that, I think it is officially a good place for us to close out the stream for tonight. I need some rest. I have been worked so hard, and I'm supposed to cast tomorrow. Oh my god. Once again, thank you very much everyone for joining the stream today and for all the birthday wishes. Dodo is officially 1 year older today, and I'm glad to be able to spend the time celebrating with all of y'all. And thank you to everyone who participated and came by to watch our Dodo birthday 1v1 tourney extraordinaire. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Good night. Bye bye.